first person that springs to mind when you say that is Johnny Candido.
Yeah.
The guy drove me nuts. I wanted to smash him. Like he really got on my nerves. But dude got eyes on the sport. And I know he brought infinitely more attention and people into the sport than I ever will. Because I don't have his mass appeal. I'm not a big YouTuber, but like I think he's a really, over the last 20 years, he's kind of an important person.
Yeah.
You know, he was the first of a certain type of powerlifter that then attracted a lot of other people just like him.
Right.
And while it's difficult for old people to deal with, we need people like that.
Yeah, because we don't, just so what? I don't agree with, most of the things he says and all this other kind of stuff. Who cares? As a whole, he's better for the sport.
Yeah, yeah. He's important. He's growth. He's a very different perspective to ours. And I think for me, one of the inherent attractions of powerlifting is that it's a sport. It is a sport in a community that can hold a lot of different perspectives all at the same time.
Right. That's kind of what we were talking about before we got on here.
It is, isn't it?
We all have our own path and we all get to the same damn spot anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, just the very fact that you, myself, and Johnny Candido were at the same event at the same time and got there in exceptionally vastly different ways, I think it shows how cool powerlifting can be and how great it is to have so many entry points and so many perspective and histories represented. I think that's our strength. And I think we need to protect that at all costs, even if it produces people we don't like. Right? There's a place for everyone. Let's see if we can wrap it up then. You called your article The Sad State of Powerlifting. And I think what we've talked about today is anything but sad.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of strength in what we do and the way we're doing it.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about a lot of just trying to get solutions. I mean, even in those solutions, there's problems.
Yeah. And we're always going to have problems.
Right. But at least we're trying.
Yeah. We're working on it. Going back to James Wakefield, maybe we'll end it here. This is the coolest thing that I've seen for a while. There's a group of guys in Melbourne, and I think they're led by James. And I know he does a lot of stuff on Instagram trying to help out new referees, like little technical things, how to be a better spotter and loader, and developing spotter and loading crews to go around different comps to help out. Because I think that's an untapped part of the sport. I went to Texas for Bench Worlds in 2024, and that spotter loader crew from Midland, Texas, from Midland University, I think that's all Tim Anderson's guys, right? They're awesome.
I think so.
Yeah. They're amazing. And they're kind of showing that there's different aspects to powerlifting that you can be really good at and become deeply involved in the sport. And one of them is being really good at loading plates for other people.
Yeah.
We have almost no information out there on how to be a good spotter and loader. Now try and run a comp without spotters and loaders. And we'll see, I think we're missing some of these aspects. Like we just talked about, how do we get better MCs? How do we develop that? How do we develop better spotters and loaders? Because if we have great spotters and loaders everywhere, we have better competitions.
Yeah, for sure.
So maybe that's where we start. If anyone's out there and knows how to build websites to give out information for people that want to volunteer, get in touch. I want to be part of that.
I know how to build websites.
All right. We should chat. So I think maybe that's that. I know for me, that's where I want to start, is all of these positions in powerlifting that we kind of pass on information face to face. So you learn little tricks on how to load plates and how to organize stuff, because you might spend a whole lot of time with Randy Earl, who's done it for years and he can tell you how to do something. But unless you meet Randy Earl, you never learn how to do it. So I would love there to be centralized resources for spotters and loaders, scorer's desk, how to set up for a meet, all of those kind of things that kind of get lost and don't get talked about. We've got lots for coaches, lots for lifters, nothing for everybody else. So whoever can step into that space, give me a call. I want to be on board. I want to help you out.